All right, man. Welcome to That's So Controversial. And today's daily topic was actually brought to my attention by my man Curtis, who's joining us today. He put up a post about Terry Crews' story, and it brought up the topic of, what does it mean to be a man, right? Or what it means to you to be a man. So today I have with me Michael Guzman. I have Kyle is joining us today. Also, I have Kyle, Curtis, and Mike today.
All right.
So, yeah, appreciate you guys. Again, this topic was brought up by a post that Curtis had put up with Terry Crews' backstory about what his perception of being a man was. So I thought it was really really interesting because culturally there's different ideas of what a man should be like. Women have different ideas of what a man should be like. So I just thought it'd be a really interesting topic. So I want to thank Curtis for bringing that up and joining me with today's show. So, Kurt, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Just my name's Kurt. I'm from Long Island. Met Ricardo at a what was it, acting class. Definitely
Yes,
looking to
sir.
get back into that. So, I just love being controversial and tackling different topics that people don't really touch on every day.
That's what's up. And Mike, you want to say a little something?
How's everybody doing?
All right, welcome back. And everybody, you guys know Kyle. This guy's always there, coming through in the clutch as always. It's my guy.
What's up, guys?
All right, there you go. The reluctant what's up? Like, all right, so oh wow. A man means having facial hair. We got our first controversial comment there. Kyle, you do not qualify. How do you feel about that? As far as Ebb is concerned, you don't qualify as a man.
I make one alteration to myself. I shaved my facial hair off this morning, and now I'm not a man. Wow, thanks, Ed.
Damn, ouch.
I still have my mustache though, but still, I let the beard go until the weekend.
All right, that's cool. So, all right, Kurt, since this is your topic, I'm gonna start off with you. So, what do you think is the stereotypical ideal of what a man should be? What do you think that people think a man should be?
Well, I like the one thing that you mentioned was culturally, but I think even no matter what culture you in, there's always that expectation that you got to have a toughness about you. Obviously, you see as a man, you like a protector, but in an Italian, neighborhood, you looked at in a different way. You're the breadwinner. You put food on the table, and there's certain expectations. Wait till your father gets home. So even like mothers, they'll put a fear in children of the man. So it's a lot to wear on your shoulders.
All right, cool. So that's from your cultural experiences. So that's what they make you feel a man should be. He has to be the head of the household, the breadwinner, and yeah, I guess that's pretty. That's
Damn,
your
so I guess I was
experience.
the wife in my relationship then.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
How about you,
man.
Kyle? What do you think that everyone's perspective of what a man should be is? Not necessarily your idea, but what do you think that people expect from men?
Well, I mean, we hear it all the time. You hear, oh, be a man, or do this, act like a man, or whatever. So, this perception that society gives us that the man has to, one, make the money, two, be the masculine one, and the macho, I guess you could say the macho man. And they have this like idea of what a man should be. But in my opinion, that has changed a lot in 2020, actually in my lifetime, we've seen a lot. We see a lot of change about those roles, and as we move closer to equality, this is going to come with that equality that we much very. I'm sorry, I've just seen me a picture of somebody bullheaded with a mustache. Call me a creep. It's something that we definitely we're moving towards. Those getting rid of those traditional roles and stepping in more of a more ideal role for the guy and the girl,
right?
For the man and the woman. I'm sorry.
That's what's up. How about you, Mike? Same question. Did we lose the real Mike Lowry?
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have a little technical difficulties with my phone right now because I'm traveling.
Yeah.
I would
It's okay.
say I would piggyback off of what everybody said so far. You know, it starts off as, you know, when you're a boy, they teach you things that daddy does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Daddy's the supposedly the role model in the house to teach his son how to be a man. You know, get a work hard, get a good job, so you can provide for your family. If you do go that route, but yeah, it starts off as a boy, then you start off as then you go to the next level as a teenager, then a man. You at that point, they tell you to work hard so you can get a good job, provide for your family. Obviously, you go to dating. Uh, you gotta, I guess, you gotta pay for everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well
Right.
that's a good
That would
point.
be
Yeah.
the stereotypical. That's not my
Right.
definition, though.
No, understood. Yeah, that was the question. So, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on that also. I think the stereotypical view of a man is that we're not allowed to be emotional, right?
Yeah.
You know, when we show our emotions, it's portrayed as weakness, which is so far from the truth. We're supposed to be the emotional foundation. You know, we're supposed to be the ones that, you know, hold it down. That, you know, we can't show weakness, and I think that's one of the huge misconceptions about what a man is supposed to be. That's
Definitely.
one aspect that I think is
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure too, you know,
100.
to live up to those standards to an extent, because sometimes I have feelings too, you know. Sometimes
absolutely.
you know, but even speaking about it now, I kind of like you have to be careful because it's like you don't want to be looked at differently. I don't know, it just sounds weird. It just felt weird just now saying I have feelings too, you know.
That's because of
Label
what
soft.
people are expecting from you as a man. That's why.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guzman just
shows-
said it. He just said you label soft, you know, when you have feelings.
It's so
Exactly.
true. How about you, Curtis? Like, you get that impression also. Like, you're not allowed to really speak your feelings. You got to bottle this stuff up because it's a sign of weakness.
It puts, you know what? It puts you in difficult situations because it's like you got to man up, and that you know, it's funny. We was just watching a show, 60 Days In. Never seen it before, but it was talking about, like, as men, it puts you in situations where you get killed. You know, because if you don't do what's expected of you, then you soft, or you're not a man, or you can't do the things that are expected of you.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with you 100%. It's like that Dave Chappelle skit, when keeping it real goes wrong. Like, you gotta keep it real. Like, if something happened, you with your boys, they expect you to do something instead of going with
Exactly.
your gut feelings. That peer pressure, that man pressure, I guess we call it.
Yep. Man pressure, exactly.
And how about from like a relationship standpoint?
It's kind of like the same thing. It's really like the same thing. It's an expectation.
Definitely.
It's an expectation that women hold you to, and it's not just women, society, and we hold it to ourselves as well. It's this expectation. Sometimes it just can't be met, and when you don't meet that expectation, you kind of looked at as less of a man.
Exactly.
And in actuality, you're human just like everyone else.
Exactly. It's crazy. It's like you're not allowed to like come, like, be outside of what they like. Let's say in a relationship, right? Let's say when it comes to dating, right? What they always say in dating, right? Nice guys finish last, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
And
though.
that it's true.
Goose is just hurt.
So I mean, but then you see a lot of people who are in bad relationships because of that same ideology. Is like, oh, I don't want to. He's too nice. You ever heard that expression? He's too nice.
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah.
What, if there's any ladies
You gotta
listening, what does
be-
that mean?
He's too nice.
too nice.
I'm very interested to hear what people have to say about that, especially the women that's listening.
That's when
Yeah,
they say
definitely,
he's
yeah.
in the friend zone. That's what that is.
Man, that's a bad
Right?
place to be. But
Like,
I mean,
where's the
One of
medium?
the friends.
Because you
Where's the
go
what?
from he's too nice to he's an asshole real quick.
Yeah.
Where's the medium?
yeah, but if
Like,
experience
as a
shows you
man, it's hard to
anything,
be in. There's no medium.
yeah. But if experience shows you anything, it shows you that the relationship has potential when you are an asshole, and when you're not a nice guy, you're automatically in the friend zone 9 times out of 10.
Right.
And I'm telling you from my experience, I'm not telling
Absolutely.
you that that's a fact. I've noticed that when I've adjusted my approach, that I've had a lot more success in dating as to when I was a super duper nice guy with manners and politeness. And is it okay if I put my hand right here? Talking about the knee.
So let me ask you, Rick, are you a nice guy?
I am. I
I
a
mean,
nice guy.
you're naturally a
What's your
nice
best
guy.
pickup line?
Right.
True.
Say again. Say again, Mike.
What's your best pickup line?
I don't have
Oh,
a
we gotta
pickup
ask the
line.
wife.
Yeah, you can ask
Yeah,
her.
right.
She hollered at me. I'm just saying though.
I know. That's what I heard from the last podcast.
Yeah, so I didn't need a pickup line.
Wow. Thanks, Mike.
No, but what's your question again, Kyle?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
Everybody has these comments about the mustache, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to go through that today.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. The question was, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
It's okay
Mike's
to
a
forget.
jerk.
We can just move on, right?
Yeah.
So, what other aspects of being a man do you think we can address right now?
I would like to address the whole, like, in a relationship. How does that play a role, right?
Okay, cool.
Like,
I think it's huge.
yeah.
I think it's huge because, all right, let's say when it comes down to like dating, right? The man is almost 9 times out of 10 expected to pick up the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think that should be the case all of the time?
Nah. Depends.
It depends. I mean, at first, yeah, at first it's what we know, but eventually, if we've been together for a while, it's like you gotta start paying for something, or whatever. We were a team, I mean, I look at every relationship as a team. Like, if you're a team, somebody, sometimes you should pay, and if you got paid and I didn't get paid, whatever the case is. But sometimes I think that bill needs to be split or picked up sometimes.
Yeah, so Mommy Flo says he's too nice can mean he's a yes man to everything, maybe as far as a pushover. And I guess women want a man that's gonna make them feel protected, and if he's too much of a pushover, maybe that's the turn off. I definitely would like to hear some more from the ladies. Someone says 50-50, definitely.
I think you don't really meet the guy for the first time, like who they really are, because
Definitely
they might
not.
be a little closed off because they're trying to get to know you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't give the person that you're going on a date with for the first time, like they can't know everything about you within 24 hours. So it's kind of like a building process, you give them just a little bit, just so the intro, but you always got to be honest with yourself. Don't try to pretend to be something that you're not.
Nah, never.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. And this is what I was going to ask. Now I'm remembering. When you were talking about being a jerk, right? Would you? Because I refuse to do this. Would you change who you are to kind of give that? Because you're a naturally nice guy, right? So I can't imagine you being a jerk, and I feel like you'd be the nicest jerk if you was. So, like, would you do? How do you change? I would never change who I am or kind of change my approach.
I don't think it's necessarily changing your approach, but I think you have to have a certain level of standing your ground, kind of thing. If that makes any sense, you can't bend to every single situation. You have to have some kind of backbone.
You gotta pick your battles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you can't. And like Mommy Flo said, you can't be yes, ma'am, yes to everything, because then they're like, a little bit of conflict is good, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I feel that if you change your approach, you're changing who you are.
Right.
I agree with Goose on that one. Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with improving as a person. So as you improve and you change your perspective on things, as you grow as a man, you start to see things a little differently. So things change.
One Facebook user says, I'm very old school. I have no idea what being too nice means. I like to be taken care of, and I like to take care of my husband. How all that plays out depends on our needs.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
That's ideal, but it seems rare, but ideal.
Right.
Yeah. So like just to kind of piggyback on that now, it's like in 2020, can we live by the same? Can we have that same way of thinking of our grandparents? In my case, my grandparents or maybe parents, where one person kind of does the man pays this. He brings home the bacon and the stay at home mom. I feel like that's long gone. Especially living in New York now, you need dual income.
Definitely.
I don't know what Guzman is doing, but I can hear him typing.
I'm not typing. I'm driving.
Something's going on. Either chewing some really crunchy stuff or
no, it's the internet.
all right.
Well, I mean, you talking about today's day versus, like I'm 40 now, so I kind of got caught in I'm like in between two different generations, where like nowadays is definitely different than the way when I first started coming up. It's more about equality, but is that a double standard? Like, is that chosen when that should apply?
I agree with you 100%. It's equality when it's convenient for some, and sometimes it's equality when it's convenient. I'm not saying that's right, but I'm just saying I feel like, in my opinion, it feels like when it's convenient. Because if it was equality, we'd be going half on this bill from jump.
Let me go wash my hands real quick.
Oh wow!
Do you think that masculinity is a term that should be used to define what a man is? Like,
I don't know, man.
Is it not?
I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's hard. I mean, nowadays because you look at things politically now, everything's like politics. So, is it politically correct to even say masculine anymore?
That's true.
Probably not.
It's a very good point, man.
Probably not.
Yeah, with gender roles slowly disappearing and becoming more vague, that's a very interesting idea. I think like terms like masculinity and stuff like that are no longer going to be a usable term or a safe term.
Like at my office, my receptionist, I tell them I think it's time you start leaving the toilet seat up. It's equality, right?
Yeah, man.
So it's little things. That's an expectation.
I think that's a
right
little
there.
too much right there.
Yeah, but that's an expectation as a man.
Toilet.
Yeah, I think that's a universal rule. I think we co-signed on that back in the caveman days, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Leave the toilet seat down.
It's just a joke. It's a joke.
No, I know.
So let me ask you a question since we kind of on this. Do you feel more comfortable as a man? Do you feel more comfortable talking to your bro about something or your girlfriend or your wife? Like if you're going through something, is it easier to talk to your wife and not have that stigma of, oh, he needs to act like a man? Why is he so emotional? Or is he soft? Or is it easy to talk to one of your fellas and like, yo, this is what I'm going through?
Like, I don't have that stigma. I don't care. If I'm gonna tell you how I feel, I'm gonna express myself to you, and you're gonna judge me on that. I honestly don't see you as a friend.
Right.
I should be able to feel comfortable to tell you exactly what's on my mind, and not be judged for it. And I think that's one, like I was talking about before, that's one of the stigmas that I think that men get, that we're not allowed to be emotional because we're supposed to be the tough foundation. We're supposed to be, the manly man, the macho man. Yeah. And I think that's so wrong, especially when it comes to relationships. Like, men also want to be desired when it comes to a relationship. Like, we don't want to always be the aggressors. Like, but that's like the stereotype, right? We got to be the ones chasing. But once in a while, believe me, it would feel nice. Come grab me.
Oh, trading places, huh?
Yeah, if I'm washing dishes, you want to give me a reach around? I ain't mad at you. You gotta reach around, bro. You washing dishes. There's no other way around it.
The old reach around, huh?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to
I agree with you on that, bro. I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think women don't understand that we like to be what's the word? Pursued as well.
True.
Like, not only when we want something, we go to you. It's like, let us know you want us too. Let us know you desire us. We still want to feel, for lack of a better term, sexy.
Wow,
I could be wrong. Well, how about I see Kyle with his eyebrows lifted?
No, I'm just saying that's real. That was real. That was real honest. Everybody wants that, but it's like saying to hear it out loud is it's pretty good to hear it, man. Knowing that somebody else feels that way.
No, it's true. I think it goes back to the stigma of what it means to be a man, right?
Yeah, because it's like if imagine me saying that to somebody on the first date or on a second date or whatever, they gonna look at me crazy, man.
Yeah.
But she can outline from now until 5 years later of what her expectations are. If I say my expectations, I want to be, catered to, man. Friend zone, I go.
Yeah,
I mean, you talk about. I mean, look at like dancing, for instance. You look at salsa. A man is always taught to lead. So, and you take that whether it's in the bedroom, in the kitchen, you got to take the lead as a man. So that's exactly what you're saying. Like, I want to reach around too. Like,
you'll reach around.
Show me you want me. I think that's one of the greatest feelings of when it does happen. When it does happen on the rare occasions, there's a lot to it. It's like it brings you closer. Like, oh shit, she's still feeling the kid. I ain't gotta do as many push-ups. I'm still.
That's funny.
She's still attracted. All right, that's what's up. That's a good look.
Wow. Theo, reach around. You learn something new every day.
Right?
I see you stretching your arms, bro. We talking about reach around. You making sure you're late. Man.
But yeah, I mean, as far as talking to, like you said, with your boys or with your girl, I mean, for me, it depends how intimate, like how personal that conversation is. Like, there's some things that's on a deep level that I might only talk to her about.
Right.
I mean, yeah, of course. But I feel like sometimes it's easier to be like, maybe they can relate to you on a different level, like because they have the same expectation that you have sometimes. But some embarrassing stuff that you just can't even tell your boys about, you got to go straight to wifey,
It's true.
Welcome back, Mike.
He's here.
Oh, I think he's on the potty.
What's up?
There he goes.
Nah, just connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, welcome back, man. It's always great to have you. So, back to the Terry Crews video that you posted up. He talked about how his male role model was his dad. And that's where he learned how to be a womanizer, how to be, his ideal of what a man's supposed to be. That he got directly from his men that are surrounded by his fathers, his friends, and stuff like that. And anytime he tried to, in the video where he was talking about how anytime he tried to like shy away from the ideology, it was frowned upon. They made fun of him, and that really affected him growing up and being an effective partner to his lady. He was actually really abusive, according to the video.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that like your parents play a huge role on what you believe a man should be, and has that changed from that time to now?
Yeah. Definitely. And as a man, I mean, your father's gonna have certain expectations of you because he expects you to be a certain man, a specific man, whether it be a better man than what he feels he is, or he's gonna sometimes, like my father, he has some negative impacts on me in relation to that, just like with Terry Crews. But then your mother also, it's almost like they say like a daughter's, what is it, her first, she'll find a man in her father, or her father in a man. So your mother kind of trains you to be what you're looking for in a woman. Unfortunately, like it's almost like it's hard to explain. Evolution, like as you move through your life,
Right.
and the expectations you have of other people is what you see in your parents.
How about you, Kyle?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Usually, guys go for a woman that's kind of reminds them of their mother. Not it's weird and creepy at the same time, but kind of like has the same principles and values of their mother.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm sorry. The question was, how is
the question was, has your idea of what a man's is supposed to be is different from when your parents are coming up and to how your views of it are now?
I believe that it's my views on it is very similar still to what my parents how they came up, because my mother worked all my life, my father worked all my life. Um,
Definitely.
so it was always a team. It was always a team effort, regardless if they were together or they were co-parenting. So, but I have learned a lot from my mother on
Mm.
how I will want to treat my wife, and I will want my daughter treated, and how my nieces to be treated. And I learned a lot from my father of having a foundation, of building a foundation for a man. You know, for a man, you need to know how to iron your own stuff. You need to know how to cook and take care of yourself. If you don't have a wife now, but even if you do get a wife and whatever, you still need to know how to take care of yourself as a man. And I think it's because he saw my grandfather kind of get kind of his growth got reached a limit because that it was so reliant on my grandmother, you know. So now we're looking at a generation further back where the roles
Yep.
are completely different than they are now. Where we go back to the man brings home the bacon and the woman take care of the household. But you know,
Yeah.
you could bring home the bacon, but you may not know how to iron your pants, you know, or
Mm,
wash your clothes. It's
exactly.
just, you know, so that's what I learned from my father, to be able to do both. Um, to be able to bring home the bacon and be able to take care of the house if you need to.
Bring home the bacon and cook it. Got you.
Yeah, I don't eat pork, but still, yeah, yeah. Turkey, bring home the turkey bacon.
He's lying.
How about you, Mike?
I think it changes, but not too much, because the same thing that both of my guys just said. They teach you how the responsibilities of being a man, ironing your own clothes, providing for yourself, but also like in the aspect of like who like, for example, my mother was old school, so she taught me some of the things that she taught me are a little outdated. Like, a lot of women these days have good jobs and they provide for themselves, so it's more like a team effort, like Kyle was saying. It's not like you have a stay-at-home wife. Most women work these days, especially depending on what state you live in. You might both have to work in order to survive.
Right. So, Sarah Eugene says that parents in your environment play a role in who you become. And I agree with that 100%. That's just
Yeah.
in general, as far as who you become as a person. But I
Yeah.
think specifically as a man, it's a little more than just your parents and your environment. I think it also becomes like, I guess it's also an environment because like society plays a role in it. And what they think is
Definitely.
acceptable of the gender roles, and it's a lot. It's a lot. At some point, you're gonna have to make your own choice and how it fits in your situation and at your job and your relationship. And I think it could be dynamic. I don't think there's one set of rules
Nah.
of what a man should be.
See, let me tell you on her comment right there, like that comment alone, like between us three and whoever's watching, could expose a lot about me, because I grew up in a household with parents who were into alcohol. It was sex, drugs, and
Same.
rock and roll.
Same.
So growing up, it changed me as a man, but I made different choices. I made better, what I feel are better choices. But as a father, the fear in me of that lifestyle that I grew up in changes and impacts my decisions with my children, which is not always fair.
Okay.
And because that's my own fear.
Right. I
So
can definitely
that's
see that. But
I
yeah, I grew
think
up the same way.
I
Makes
think
sense
that
though.
comment could mean more than like, you could see that comment in more than one way.
yeah.
Kind of like the way you're explaining it, you kind of like avoided that type of lifestyle, so it
Right.
did play a role in who you became.
Hmm.
Or like someone else who actually adapted, who did the same thing. They had, like you said, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and they actually lived that type of lifestyle.
Right.
So
100%.
you went one direction in a positive direction, and somebody else might have gone in a negative direction with that.
100. Yep.
Yeah, the same thing with me. I grew up in the household where my parents used drugs and stuff like that, and I could see, how it affected them, and I knew that I didn't want that for me. So, in a sense, they still played a role in changing, in affecting on what you think your role should be and how it turns out. How about you? Oh, did you speak on this, Scott?
Yeah. But I'm just going to add on. That's a great point that Sarah brought up. You learn so much internally, right? You learn how to, like I said, you learn how to treat a woman. You learn how to treat a man based off what you see your parents are. That's the first thing you see, kind of their dynamic and their relationship. Mm-hmm. But I just want to introduce like another aspect of it is like we watch a lot of TV and society and television kind of tells us again how to be a man.
Very good point.
Depends on what shows you watch, Yep. The society has come a long way in gender roles and man versus man and woman. So we still have a long ways to go, but I think that you just got to be really careful of what you watch because it can influence you. Still, even as adults, as adults now, we watch something and we can kind of still subconsciously take that with us as we making decisions,
Yep.
So. All right. Is there a gender role that doesn't fit the ideology of what a man should be that you enjoy doing? I'll be a first example. Cooking is primarily, a woman's thing. I love to cook. I enjoy it.
Is it?
Ooh, Rick.
Well, I mean, it is male chefs, I guess, if you think that perspective. But traditionally, back in the day,
oh my God, just buried a big old, yeah. Traditionally,
it doesn't matter because I cook anyway. So
you ain't getting that reach around tonight.
That's a trick question, Rick, bro.
Yeah,
that's a trick question. You set me up for make a sexist statement just now, man. That's what you set me up for.
All right. Let's just say roles were not as fluid as they should be. All right. Let's say the traditional ideologies of what people think a woman should be doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
All right, cool. I chose cook because primarily,
society would say cook.
Huh?
Society would say cook, but not me.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
like that.
I enjoy to cook. How about getting your nails done?
Yeah, you can go there. Well, I think it's becoming more acceptable if you want to.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But definitely, like you don't see too many men in the salon, but some of us do. My wife has been dying for me to go get my feet done with her.
Yeah, I get my
eagle claws.
Manicure, pedicure, wax.
Yeah.
Well, last year at the end of last year, I started getting into going to get massages.
Oh, nice.
I'm not sure if that like a day at the spa.
Happy endings.
No happy endings. I was doing it at the end of last year. I was doing it for like a couple of months in a row.
I just want to know where you go, man.
I go to a really nice place too, man. It's a shame COVID happened, but
nice.
Yeah,
it's definitely a road trip now. Think about it, but you got to be careful. It's a whole lot of locker room.
Stop. What do you want me to stop? I want to hear from her.
Who said that?
Wrong. I want to hear it. So what are you doing wrong? All right. Let's see. Society woman. Women's cook, clean, work out, do their hair, nails, wear makeup, have a spa day. All right. That's society. That's what she thinks of society's view of a woman is.
Yeah. Typical view.
Yeah.
I would love to take a spa day.
But that's a view that I'm not really like. Me being a single man, I'm not really interested in that. Like I'm okay with the interchangeable gender roles. I'm okay with I think I welcome it. I think it should be practiced, for everyone. I think it could be a happy place for everybody.
Absolutely.
I think it should go specific based on the relationship. If you make more money, then you should be paying. You could pay a little bit more.
And that has nothing to do with gender, right?
No, nothing to do with gender.
Exactly.
It's an investment.
I like that.
Yes, that's exactly what man food is. Burgers and fries. Yep. That's the special over here.
So Sarah says, she says, I think cooking there might be a man's food and woman's food. For example, men's is burgers and women's rice and beans. All right.
Definitely burger for me.
According to this example, I like both men and women's food.
Yeah, definitely.
That might be on
I
the
like-
same plate in my house.
I like food. I like food.
The burger might not be on the bun, but still,
Oh man.
that's cool. I really want to hear from Jocelyn. She said, Ricardo, stop. I want to know what I needed to stop. So, Jocelyn, you're still listening? Please. I want to hear from you. I desperately want to hear what I did that you wanted me to stop. And if you guys think you have an idea of what she's talking about, I'd love to hear it. Did I say anything that was that needed to be halted?
Going once, going twice.
Right, 3 times.
I'm
All
not
right,
a
so-
typical
Ah.
woman.
Yeah.
all right, cool. Understood. She says she is not a typical woman. And
Yep.
what's your idea of a typical woman? I'm curious.
That's another one.
I would
I'll
love
answer
to have a
that
woman on
That's-
here.
I want to
Hey,
hear
that's
this. I want to
We
hear
typical
this.
men, right?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna post a link in case anybody wants to voice their opinions really quick. I would love for.
Please.
All right, so in the Facebook group, if you guys are a part of that, I just posted the link. I would love to hear from the woman's perspective. You do not have to show your video as Mike is doing. You can just join with audio. I'm also gonna see if I can post this on the YouTube page so we can hear from the ladies as well. I'm gonna be on for maybe another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll shut it down.
Man, society. That's a good interesting comment there, Rick.
Say again?
From Showcast.
Yeah, what you say? Well,
I
that
told
one?
you we went through this yesterday, Rick. I don't read out loud.
No. It was just the society view. All right. All right. More society's view of a
Oh
woman.
man.
All right. Stand by their man regardless of anything and be more quiet and conservative. Be a trophy. That's messed up.
That's not what I'm interested in.
I think
That's
I
a-
think there's a misconception.
That sounds more like a
about
burden than
Definitely,
anything.
definitely
I
a
think a lot of women
misconception.
think that us men want a trophy wife, but we don't want a trophy wife.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, like with the woman that I have, I build her up to become the best, most independent woman she could be. Because at the end of the day, we take care of each other. She never
That's
know
what's
what can happen. I
Mm-hmm.
could be going to work and get, you never know what can happen. So I need her to be able to hold it down.
That's what's up. And you should be definitely like pushing each other to be better versions of yourselves. Like if
100%.
that's not what you're getting in a relationship, for sure, then it's not the relationship for you.
Yeah.
I agree.
My
Have
theory.
any of you ever been told you're not man enough? If so, what does that mean?
What, say it again.
Have you ever been told you're not man enough? And if so,
You ever
what
been
does that
told
mean?
you're not man enough?
Not necessarily from a woman, maybe from a friend, maybe from your dad, maybe from somebody else who just made a comment. Yesenia says, "Well, I stand by my man regardless because I have his back and he has mine." That's what's up. That's a strong
Let's like that
relationship.
post right there.
Say again.
I said, let's like that post right there.
And then
Don't
Show
hold
says,
the likes.
yeah. Show says she made 2 comments. She says, "I'm no trophy wife. What you get is she says, you get what you get, and you don't get upset. I'm annoying and I have a temper.
You're
I
a
was
trophy
crazy."
wife to your hubby. He sees
That's
you
what
as a
counts.
trophy in a positive way.
You're not man enough means you're not tough enough. Why do always gotta be tough? Why can't just be chill? Why
Yeah.
is there always gotta be a
I
tough
don't
thing?
think
They
she's
want
saying
that
that.
thug
I don't
passion.
think she's
That's
saying
why.
that. That's what she thinks. I think that's what she thinks.
No, I get
think
that,
we
but
need
it's
to get
still
Joe on the show right now.
that stigma is like, I
Joe,
don't
get
know.
on the show.
No, but I think that's a common misconception, though, that some people think that you're not tough enough and they want to feel protected. If ladies are listening still, I'd love to hear on what you guys think about that. Can you see yourself in a relationship with someone who you don't feel can keep you protected? You guys, but
That's the whole tough enough thing because you again pick your battles. There's situations where you could be tough enough and then shit just goes AWOL.
Yeah.
right, there's always somebody bigger and better, right?
You never know, man.
That's true. But I guess it's a perception of feeling protected. I guess.
It is perception.
Right.
Everything is perception.
But
And
protection
it's-
don't necessarily have to be physical. It doesn't have to necessarily be
True.
a physical fight
True.
thing. It could just be protected as far as stability goes.
Right.
True. That's true.
That's what my next question was going to be. Like, what does tough enough mean? Is it like a physical attribute? Is it a monetary thing? Is it stability? Is it psychological? Like, I'm wondering what does tough enough mean to, I guess it's different for each woman.
Yo,
Yeah,
listen.
I would say so.
Sometimes she gotta say, "Where's your balls at?" But
Oh,
like,
that gets you in trouble too, right?
but you know what? Sometimes that's why that little pep talk I need. Like, man up
Yeah.
and get it done. Do it.
Yeah, it's a scene in House of Cards. Like it's the first episode of House of Cards where he comes in and he's sad because he didn't get the job or whatever, and his wife smacks him. She's like, "I'm not hearing none of this," and she goes to bed and she said, "Tomorrow when you wake up, you better be yourself." I mean, that's one side of it. I can respect that. If you're not being yourself, get to being yourself, but don't say you're not being a man.
Right.
Balance is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jocelyn said it's all balance, all of the above.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
So I'm definitely curious. Like, if like, what if you met like a really good guy who checks all the boxes of what you perceive a man is, but he's of smaller stature, doesn't make you feel safe? Is that a thing?
What the hell does smaller stature mean, Rick? For the
I
people
know.
under
I
five.
was going
Let's say
to
skinny,
the
right?
that one.
Let's
Like-
say slim.
Like no,
You saw his
like
fingers
no beard,
too.
no
Say again?
beard, no beard. No.
I know, right? No,
Yeah.
yeah,
One
every
day, man. I come up
qualifier
here
is right
one
up
day,
there.
man.
Yeah, one day.
Knew I shouldn't have cut in November. All right, man. It's all good. I grow it back.
That's right. You forgot no shade November, right? Something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Messed up, man.
See, now you make me feel like less of a man because I don't have my my scruff going on.
But why do you have to give in to everyone's perception of what a man should be? Why can't a man be clean shaven?
Right?
Man don't got a beard and everybody loves him.
I'm saying all our fathers probably had the stash,
Yeah. At least he doesn't have like the porn stash, but like super thick.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
I'm good. I feel like I'm gonna be good. We wear a mask anyway, so I should be good
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
If I don't like it, little did I know coming on the show I was gonna be criticized for it about 4 times tonight.
You got a mask like this.
Put the mask on.
All right, man. I think I'm gonna wrap it up, man. You guys were fantastic. I appreciate you guys for coming through. Let me see. Someone said I want to catch this last one. A man shows his face on the live. They took a stab at Mike
It's all right.
Yeah.
Ouch! They went out with a bang.
I'm sorry. My FaceTime ain't working.
Yeah, all right.
It's all good, man. Well, again, thank you guys for showing up, man. I really appreciate it. It's always fun having you guys. It's fun having these topics again. I love hearing from different perspectives. I love you guys bringing up topics. Again, this topic came from Curtis, a post that he put up on his Facebook page. It was awesome. I appreciate that, and that's what helps build this community. And like, you guys are a huge part of this. This doesn't work without you guys. So you guys mean everything to me. I appreciate you guys so much.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Green.
All right. Until the next time, maybe we'll get a Michael appearance, and some of the ladies will be happy to see his face because he is a mystery man right now. Ooh.
I can't beat Jordan Peele over here.
I'm not coming back until I'm fully grown back in, bro.
You get a fake one, a little Velcro, man. You're good to go, bro. All right, man. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic evening, man.
too.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, bro. Good night.